Welcome back to Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas. And today I want to briefly discuss a disturbing trend that I noticed with some of the calls that I've been receiving here at my office. So a lot of calls that I've been receiving lately are about asylum. And asylum occurs when a foreign national enters the United States and they inform the government that they're afraid to go back to their country because they fear persecution, or there is a strong likelihood that they will face persecution if they return, based on a protected class. And protected classes are things like their age, their gender, their religion, their sexual orientation, things that they can't change or they shouldn't have to change. And lately with the calls I've been receiving, people are calling me with obvious claims that don't merit the grant of asylum. And when I tell them this information, they are totally shocked. So I'm not sure if people right now are looking at TikTok, they're looking at Instagram, they're looking at YouTube, and people are telling them, yes, go ahead and apply for asylum. When you apply for asylum, you have to be very careful. If you file a frivolous asylum case, in the future, if something does happen in your country, you're not going to be eligible for asylum. Or if you want to apply for a green card or any other immigration benefit in the future, if the government determines that you filed a frivolous asylum claim, they may not grant any future immigration benefits to you, even if you qualify 100%. So if you're thinking about applying for asylum, I'm going to recommend 3 things. First, you're going to go to the TRAC website. If you're currently in removal or deportation proceedings, I want you to look up your assigned judge and determine how many asylum cases that judge approves every year and how many they deny. This way you have a good idea about what your chances are if you go before that judge. If you're not currently in removal or deportation proceedings, I recommend that you go to the judge's website and look at all of the judges and then do an average of how many judges actually approve asylum cases versus how many they deny. And you'll be surprised to learn that asylum approval rates vary greatly between states. So if you're in California or New York, you have a much better chance of getting asylum than if you were here in Texas. The second thing that I would do is I would go back to the TRAC website and look up how many asylum cases were approved before an immigration judge in any given year and where those people were coming from. So if you are in a country, let's say Australia or Canada, your chances for getting asylum are very slim. However, if you're from Ukraine, your chances for getting asylum skyrocket and are very good. So depending on what country you're from, you can kind of tell whether or not asylum is going to be granted for you. Our last recommendation is to speak with an experienced immigration attorney. Not all immigration attorneys are the same. This is why you need to do your due diligence, go online, and make sure that attorney has good, solid reviews stating that they practice immigration and handle tough immigration cases. Just a couple of weeks ago, someone came to our office. They booked a paid consultation because they filed their asylum application with a different attorney, and they knew that their immigration interview at the local asylum office was approaching because it's been more than 5 years since they applied for asylum. After asking him for a copy of his asylum application, I noticed that he entered the US as a visitor and was given a period of authorized stay for 6 months. However, his asylum application was not filed until 2 years after he came into the country. For asylum, there are certain criteria, and one of them is that you have to file within 1 year of entering the US. There are situations where there's changed circumstances and you could apply for a late asylum application, but those situations are very rare and they don't apply to everyone. After speaking with him, I found out there wasn't a reason why he filed late. He just didn't file it on time. And so I had to explain to him that asylum was not going to work out for him, and most likely, even though he received his temporary work authorization and all the renewals all of this time, when he sits down for his asylum interview at the local asylum office, most likely it will be denied no matter what because of this 1 year requirement. So what I did was I told him he wouldn't qualify for asylum, and then I asked him a few more questions to determine what he did qualify for and what he can apply with immigration at this time. So as you can see, there's a big difference when you speak with an inexperienced immigration attorney versus a more experienced immigration attorney. Again, thank you for watching Winning Law, and we hope that we have made immigration easier to understand.
At David Nguyen's Law Office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the law office of David Nguyen.